Hello everybody, greetings, welcome back. Will DeGraw again, yoga teacher, Tai Chi instructor, here again for another series. Today I'm going to focus quite a bit on what's called self-care, caring for yourself. I have several different thoughts about that during our meditation, our quiet stillness time. I'll have a chant of self-care for me. So we'll include that in our chanting experience both in the beginning and in the end. The other thing that I want to focus in on is a little bit more Tai Chi movements. So while our classes here are a bit of a Tai Chi yoga fusion, in this experience today, what I'd like to do is focus a little bit more on Tai Chi. So we're going to put those motions, those movements throughout the practice. Now, I've smartened up here, and I actually have a list. And here's that list for today. And I'll read out those movements. One of the things certainly is we're going to work on a massage. Self-care involved massage. We're going to massage our hands and different points of our joints just to work that energy, that chi, through our body system. There's a couple of forms here in Tai Chi that I want to do. One is called picking apples, holding the moon, parting the clouds, and polishing the mirror. So these are the ones that we need to remember. So I'm going to put it right down here, and during our course of practice I'll take a quick look and make sure that we accomplish those interesting movement pieces, okay? I should also mention that in the background here of the video there is some music that I have, gentle relaxation music. I really do invite you to put on gentle music at any point during the course of this practice. So whether you now put a pause or rewind this video and put music back on, but certainly in the video series I do have music in the background, but you can supplant that with gentle music in your own background. So it just creates an atmosphere, an environment, okay? Well, let us begin. We'll start off, of course, with Chair Tadasana, mountain pose. So our feet are flat on the floor and our toes are pointed straight. We're anchoring into the four corners of our feet, the big toe, the little toe, the pinky, and then drawing back to the heels as if it's 2 points there. So 2 points in the front, 2 points in the back, like a rectangle. So imagine your foot is on a rectangle. And your foot is anchored, your feet are anchored into the floor, firmly grounded and rooted. Our hands are dropping down to our knees, or to our ankles from our knees, and then we draw ourselves back up from our hands to the knees. Knees in line with our hip points, so we can draw a line along the muscle, the quadriceps here, and right to the hip points. And our hands come around our side body to our hips, and when we gently rock back and forth, side to side, just feeling the connection that we have with our feet anchored and our sits bone anchored into our chair. So in this experience of movement, we're recognizing that we're grounded and rooted, we're anchored, we're secure. We have found a safe haven, a place of safety, a place of comfortableness, a sense of security. And right here and right now, in that essence of moving and rocking back and forth, that's a very soothing experience. So on the next breath cycle, as we have anchored and secured, we come back home. And at home is right here in a neutral position, and our home is also at our heart center. So regardless of where we've been in life, we are at home and at peace in our heart within ourselves. So there's a rootedness, an anchoredness, a power that you have within yourself that's right there in your heart center. Regardless of what comes upon the world and our environment and our community, we are rooted and anchored and secure in our home, and our home is in the heart. So now our palms come to our lower back, our kidneys, and our fingertips are pointed down and our elbows are out wide. This is actually camel pose. And so as you gently push into your lower back, you can gently look up towards the light, towards the sun, and feel the warmth. And gently look now forward and neutralize your neck, your gaze forward. And on your next breath cycle, we slide our hands down into our seat cushion, tipping our tips of the fingertips into our seat cushion. One hand comes to the small of the back, one hand comes to your belly button. Now squeeze it in. Belly button to spine. Belly button zips up like a jacket to your heart center. Zip, zip, zip. Hands come to your side body from your sits bones to your shoulders, fingertips forward, and elevate the ribs, the intercostal muscles, those muscles between your ribs, and that spacing. So we're increasing space. On the next breath cycle, take your right hand to your left shoulder and your left hand to your right shoulder. Now in the course of these series, these videos, I am mirroring you. So I am doing just the opposite. So while I guide you on your direction of right and left, I will be doing the opposite, just so that we're in unison. Our elbows are elevated, and this is the dream big pose. We're going to blink 3 times with our chin to our chest, 3 times, inviting all the dreams within our heart center and our essence to come true. And so there's this wishful thinking, this opportunity for encouragement to always welcome dreams. On the next breath cycle, we tuck our chin into your chest, look down at the floor as 1, inhale up. On the next breath cycle, exhale down as 2, inhale up. On the next breath cycle, tuck your chin into your chest is 3, inhale up. Holding this pose, keep breathing. And now our arms come broad across our collarbones, arms come out to the letter T, palms are facing down. Take flight with your arms very gently up and down, remembering that we are buoyant and floating in life. We're going with the flow. And on the next breath cycle, we exhale our hands down by our side. Inhale our shoulders to our ears, roll them back down your back pocket. Inhale your hands up onto your lap. Flip your palms up to receive the grace and blessings of life like a gift. You yourself are a gift, so give yourself to the world as a gift. And in 2, the world will give ourselves as a gift to you. So there's this 2-way exchange of giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. Welcome, welcome. And now as we have our hands in this position, this stance, we align the back from the sits bones to the smaller back to our shoulder blades, to the crown of the head, along our spine, to the neck, and then really just elevating as if we have a halo, a golden light, a golden thread, gently elevating the head and the neck in one alignment. Shift our ears over our shoulders, doorbell our nose inward. Just bring your doorbell at home, recognizing you are at home and you're present. This straightens the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And as we create this framework, this frame of our constitution and the integrity of who we are, this constitution of power of Chair Tadasana, we are present here to ourselves. And in this experience of presence, we start to focus in on, we turn our attention on, we become aware of our breath cycle. So the inhalation and the exhalation, the gentle natural flow of your own breath, the comings and the goings, the heres and the nows, just inviting that sense of natural diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing, and feeling the motion, the rhythm, the gentle cycle. It's like a dance. Your dance partner is your breath cycle, the inhalation and the exhalation. In this series, I do have a specific video on breath techniques. I do encourage you to take a look at that because it does focus on 5 different breathing techniques that are really helpful. There's one called a 1-to-1 ratio where you breathe in and breathe out on an equal 1-to-1 ratio. And then there's one called the 1 to 2, where you inhale on the count of the number 2 or 3, and then exhale, for example, on the count of 4 to 6. So there's a slightly longer exhale on that 1 to 2 ratio. Those are really important breath cycles, techniques that are really important in setting yourself and creating this atmosphere of peace at home. So take a few moments here and now and just feel the peace at home within your own essence. And while we are in our silence experience of meditation, stillness, quiet time, prayer, contemplation, different languages of just simply being still, mindful awareness, I'll read our passage about self-care, 12 steps of self-care. So take a few moments to silence my voice and just be present to your own breath cycle. Witness, observe, feel, and sensate how it creates an atmosphere of peace and kindness. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathing in and out. Slowly, deliberately, with intention and purpose. We find meaning in the power and the purpose of our breath cycle. Take a few moments here and now and just simply breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 12 steps to self-care for me. If it feels wrong, don't do it. Number 2, say exactly what you mean. Number 3, don't be a people pleaser. Number 4, trust your instincts. Number 5, never speak bad about yourself. Number 6, never give up on your dreams. Number 7, don't be afraid to say no. Number 8, don't be afraid to say yes. Number 9, be kind to yourself. Number 10, let go of what you can't control. Number 11, stay away from drama and negativity. Number 12, love. As we reflect on those 12 steps of self-care for me, for us, I read you these thoughtful questions. Why is this message important in my life story of my past, present, and future me? How am I a witness in my own wellness of spirit, mind, and body with this message? Why is this message important in my life story of my past, present, and future? How am I a witness in my own wellness of spirit, mind, and body with this message? Awakening, feeling refreshed, feeling rejuvenated in spirit, mind, and body, we begin to wiggle the fingers on our hands and the toes on our feet. With greater movement and ease, we drop our hands off our knees and inhaling our hands up and overhead, clapping above our head. The first chanting word is the word self-care. self-care. Inhaling your hands up and over your head, clapping above your head. The second chanting word is the word for. Inhaling your hands up and over your head, clapping above your head. The third chanting word is the word me. Me. Self-care for me. Welcome the opportunity to care and nurture yourself so that as you care for others, you may bloom and grow to nurture and care for others. Take care, number one. Take care of you, and all else will follow. Take caring for self. The chanting bells are rung 3 times in the power of the spirit, mind, and body, welcoming, inviting us to self-care, care for ourselves. Pausing, believing, breathing, we bow forward to each other and say Namaste. Namaste, peace with you, peace with you. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Namaste is a universal hello, greeting, welcoming. The light in me honors the light in you. It's like a handshake. My handshake to you. So welcome, welcome. All right, so let us begin. We're going to do that self-care piece right away. And then we'll work from head down to our toes, arms, legs, full body positions. We'll also include those different Tai Chi poses throughout or forms in the movement of the yoga Tai Chi fusion. So let's start with our hands, okay? So take one hand underneath the other and take one thumb and start here at the base of the palm of one hand. And just begin to make circles with with your thumb on the palm of your hand. So very nice and gently. Now I'm going to just step up so you can see this a little closer. You can see my hand. So I have my right hand underneath my left hand. So you start with your hand, the palm, and then cycle in the opposite direction, nice and gentle. And this is not deep, it's just surface, but you feel the sensation of movement and kindness. And then we move on to, let's say, the pinky. So we just slide our thumb up and down the pinky, nice and gentle, supporting that pinky or the finger with the other hand, your index finger or your ring finger underneath. And then move on to the ring finger. And now you get the idea. Go ahead to the middle finger. Nice, everybody. And then once again now to the index finger here, trying that fourth finger out. Index finger, pointer finger. And now slide your thumb to the thumb and just massage that thumb very gently. And now after that is finished up, we're going to switch to the other hand. So now take your thumb and make circles around that palm, nice and gentle, in one circular fashion. In this series, I talk about the circle as an important sense of the compass in life. The beginning, the end, the alpha, the omega, the start, the beginning, the continuousness, the continuity, the circle, the powerful movement, and cycle in the other direction, recognizing duality, the polarities, the different spheres of life. And so now we start with our pinky, as we did before, and gently massage your pinky, your ring finger, your middle finger. So in the compass, there is that compass point, that is you. That center point of the compass is you. And then you're finding your next true north, your new direction, by investigating, discovering, exploring where you're going. We're all going someplace, but we can always make that difference of change. An opportunity to find a true north, a truer north. Now just allow your hands, as if you're washing your hands, wash your wrists with your hands, your index finger and your thumb, and come around now to all of your fingers. And now this truly is a hand washing technique. It's just the webbing of your fingers like this, back and forth, and now switch hands to the other side. Now we're going to get ready to rub our hands together and create some friction. So now hands come together and we rub our hands really vigorously together, circles or side to side or front and back, just like that. And now clap 3 times. And now bring your palms to your cheeks. Feel the warmth. Feel the energy of the sun. So in my series I talk about feel the warmth of the energy of the sun on your cheeks. This is real, that warmth. The feel of energy absorbing into the skin. Now bring your hands back down and very gently rub them back vigorously. And now clap 3 times and bring them over your ears. So often we're bombarded with stimuli, noise as I call it in my family. I say let's turn down the noise. So this cocoons the sound. You can even perhaps hear the sound of the ocean with your ears as your hands are cupped over your ears. And now bring your hands back down. We're going to bring our hands, rub them vigorously, clap 3 times. 3. And now hands over your eyes, over your glasses, and just cocoon your eyes, your glasses. And you can keep your eyes open, you can keep your eyes closed. You can feel the coolness, the warmth, just absorbed into your eyes, into the eye sockets, and going deep within the essence of our brain and our energy sources, connective tissues, and just transponding themselves all the way through our cells and our body. And now come back to center and rubbing vigorously again. Clap 3 times. Now take your hands to your shoulders and just massage your shoulders. So we're started with our head, and very gently we're going to work our way down to our feet a little bit. So this is self-care. You can work on this practice and work into the muscles and the shoulders with certain fingers. And now back again, rubbing vigorously, clapping 3 times. And now to your opposite elbows with your palms. And now your palms come together, rubbing vigorously, clapping 3 times. And now just do your wrists like we did before. Just circle your thumb and your index finger as if you're just wringing out your wrists. So we're working on our joints, obviously, and different parts of our body. Coming together again vigorously with our hands, clapping 3 times, and our hands are going to come over our heart center, warming our heart. Put one hand over the other like this too. And feel that energy moving in your body just by the simplicity of this movement. Rubbing your hands vigorously again, clapping 3 times. Hands come to your belly. And you just massage your belly a little bit. Your chi, your tantien, your energy source that's just slightly below the belly button area. That's a Tai Chi, Qigong term. And now hands come together, rubbing, clapping 3 times. And now come to your hips. And massage your hips. Working our way now soon to our knees. Hands come together vigorously, clapping 3 times. Hands rubbing on your knees, nice and gentle, whether it's skin contact as I have shorts on, or maybe your pants. Just rub your knees, feel that warmth up and down in a circle fashion. And now we're going to drop down to our ankles And we'll conclude our self-care massage. Rubbing vigorously again, clapping 3 times, and then down we go. Nice and gentle massage the ankles, nice and easy. And draw yourself back up. Beautiful. Hands are on your knees, grow tall and long, and recalibrate. Feel the warmth, feel the glow of the energy that you've created from the top of your head to your feet, and the energy sources, energy contact points, feeling the warmth, feeling the self-care. On the next breath cycle, tuck your chin into your chest, look down at your toes, and look down at your toes and hold this pose. On the next breath cycle, inhale, look up towards the ceiling, towards the light, feel the warmth on your cheeks. Remember that term I just said, feeling the warmth on your cheeks. On the next breath cycle, tuck your chin into your chest, look down at your toes, and as you do so, lift your heels up off the ground. So your toes are anchored on the ground, your heels come up off the ground, a nice calf stretch, the lower back of your legs. On the next breath cycle, the heels come down and the toes come up, and the gaze once again looks up, feeling the warmth on your chin. So a nice upward mobility, upward lifting from the chin to your toes. On the next breath cycle, tuck your toes down onto the ground, feet are flat on the ground, and we look down back again to our toes. Holding this pose, keep breathing. We're going to do half circles, half moons. So on your next breath cycle, we exhale our chin to the right shoulder, so it comes from the down to the up. And on the next breath cycle, we inhale, center, back down, and exhale now back over to the left shoulder. So we're gently moving left to the right and right to the left as we drop our chin back down and over to the right shoulder. So feel that gentle movement as we swivel our head down and over to the left and back over to the right. Now on the right side, we're going to hold the pose as we look over the right shoulder. Take your right hand to the side of your chin, left side of the chin, and guide your chin over the shoulder just with your fingertips slightly touching your chin a little bit. And as you do so, perhaps now your eyeballs, your gaze looks over the right shoulder a little bit further. You might notice and witness a fraction of a change there, a deeper stretch. On the next breath cycle, release the hand bind, head comes back to neutral. Look over now to the left shoulder. And as you do so, take your left hand to the side of your chin, guide that chin over a smidge more. And now your eyeballs, your gaze looks over the left shoulders a little bit more. Beautiful. Hold that pose, keep breathing. On the next breath cycle, release the hand bind, head comes back to neutral. Recalibrate the spine, grow tall and long from your crown of the head to the feet, and then from the feet to the crown of the head. This elongation on the north and the south. Stretch. And we release our hands down by our side, yogi marching toes, spirit wave our hands, and pitter patter our feet. We talked about self-care, so we're going to do these basic poses here, and then we're going to move on to a little bit of those Tai Chi specific movements. Arms come straight out to robot arms. We are not robots, we are human beings. We are human beings and not human doers. We are not robots. Thumbs are up, pinkies are down. Cross your elbows over each other and give yourself a big old hug. Rock back and forth, side to side. Feel the caress of your own hug from the inner portion, the authenticity, the genuineness of who you are. That person right there, right here. The true self. On the next breath cycle, coming back to center. Inhale, expand outward and cross your elbows the opposite direction. And once again, left and right, side to side, feel the connection, feel the gentleness, feel the kindness, the care. And on the next breath cycle, come back to center. Inhale, expand, Palms touch opposite elbows. And on the next breath cycle, inhale, expand upward with your elbows and your forearms, stretching, stretching, stretching from your forearms and your elbows all the way to your sits bones, to your heels. And go as high as you wish to go. Feel the energy. And on the next breath cycle, exhale your hands down by your forearms, down by your belly, your tantian, your energy, one of your energy sources. And here, rock your elbows side to side. This is caring for the child within. Now this is one variation here. And the next position that we're going to do is the infinity symbol. So we're caring for ourselves, the child within, right here, that sings and dances and calls to us in that intuition. And on the next breath cycle, come back to center. Now we're going to swivel our elbows as if there's a figure 8, an 8 on the table in front of us, right where our forearms are. So begin to swing your elbows into the number 8. So one elbow is going to take the lead in that experience as you just find that figure 8 fashion out in front of you. And now swivel in the opposite direction a few times as well. And this figure 8 on its side actually is the infinity symbol, the limitlessness, yeah, you know what I said, and the sense of the expansiveness of the greaterness of who we are that goes on forever and ever. Sometimes my tongue gets twisted. And on the next breath cycle, coming back to neutral. And release your hands down by your side. Spirit waving hands, yogi marching toes. All right. Next pose here is really a true Tai Chi pose. So there's this fusion of movement of similarities but differences in both yoga and Tai Chi. And this one is called holding the moon. So what we're going to do is just take a wider stance with our feet. So we create a stronger base. So you have your legs, your feet parallel, pointing each other, but wider out rather than hip width distance apart. Because you're going to hold the moon. The moon is huge, and we wish upon a moon. So hold the moon as if there's a ball, a huge beach ball, right there in front of you. We're going to do this a few times, mostly like 3 times, this arm movement. So here in this circular fashion, and you keep your arms in this position, your palms are facing towards your heart center, slightly angled. Your thumbs are pointing forward, your pinkies are down, and there's this big moon right here, this circle. So you're holding this moon, and this is a deep meditative movement here for Tai Chi Qigong. So what we're going to do is actually eventually bring our hands up over ourselves and over our head. So follow along as we bring our hands gently up towards our heart center, and it's at our heart center that start to spin. So your thumbs are forward, and now they're going to come towards our heart center. And now our palms face forward, and then they move up as our arms extend from the shoulders to the elbows above our head. So here we're holding the moon, it's above us, and now you're welcome to look up towards your hands. Beautiful. And on the next breath cycle, we're going to sweep our hands and arms out to the side, so it's from the shoulders to the elbows, and then our hands come sweeping out, back and inward to hold the moon at the base. And there's our movement. So that's number 1. We're going to do it 2 more times. So inhaling from the shoulders to the elbows, your hands come up to your heart center. Spin your hands forward, palms face forward, pinkies up, and now the hands and the arms rotate upward as we hold the moon above us. The moon has risen. And now back out with our hands. So that in the cycle of the moon waxes and wanes. It rises and it falls. And now here we go, up again. Spinning from our heart, thumbs orient, pinkies forward. Now everything is up, palms are up, orienting up, elbows straightening. There's a slight bend in your elbows, holding the moon, looking up, feeling the energy, and now cycling out. Beautiful. And come back to this meditative stance with you holding the moon once again at space. You're invited to close your eyes or keep your eyes open just for a brief second, 30 seconds. Feel that energy circulating from your heart center around your hands and back to the heart center, the moon. And release your hands down by your side. Spirit wave your hands, yogi marching toes. Well done. The next one, before we move on to some others, is parting the clouds. Parting the clouds. So in both yoga and Tai Chi, there's elements of animals and natural life forces that are present in our movements. And you have to understand that some of these poses are really ancient, like thousands of years old. So this is parting the clouds. Your hands are by your side, by your heart center. Your thumbs are up, your fingers are forward. And we're going to extend our hands outward. And when they extend outward, we're going to rotate our thumb down and our pinkies up. And now we swoop out to the side with our palms in our hands. And when they come out side to side to the letter T, we bring the fingertips back in and we start afresh. So this is parting the clouds. You're imagining you're parting, you're separating, you're splitting the clouds that are out in front of you. So thumbs are up, fingertips are forward. So you gently move both hands forward simultaneously. And when you've extended out with a slight bend in your elbows, the thumbs orient towards the pinky as the pinky orients upward. And then you expand outward the clouds, parting the clouds, separating and flying through. And then back in with your hands to your belly button, to your heart center area, and then your hands are in this position, the start position. We're going to do this one more time. Extend out, thumb to pinky, part the clouds, arms come out towards the letter T, and then we rotate our hands back in. And now bring our left hand, your left hand, to the belly button and the right hand over it, Yatanchen, absorbing the energy of those stances, those forms. And release. Check it out. Beautiful. All right, we did really well. We're going to come to picking apples and polishing the mirror at the conclusion of our series here. So we're going to start also now with a little bit more of yoga. Excuse me. We're going to do some work on our legs. So let's take our hands to our knees and take your right leg, take your right leg out, lead with your heel, and you point your toe and flex your toe to your nose. You point your toe forward and flex your toe to your nose. Point and flex, point and flex. And on the next breath cycle, exhale that leg down. Inhale the left leg out, lead with the heel. We do a point and a flex, point and a flex, point and a flex. Exhale the leg down. Yogi marching toe. Now, we're going to do a double leg point and flex. So take your hands to the side of your chair and now lean back in your chair and gently with your right leg up and then your left leg up. Hold both legs up off the ground as best as you can. And now holding your hands on the side of the chair, we do a point and a flex, point and a flex, point and a flex. Exhale the feet down. Yogi marching toes, spirit wave your hand, beautiful. All right, now let's do one more leg exercise and then we're going to do our intention. So on this one, we're going to take our legs out, one leg, half letter V, on the right side and the left side, and then we're going to cross over, take our legs out to wide-legged V, and then cross our ankles over each other to scissor kick. So wide-legged V, and then cross over to scissor kick. And we'll start with the right leg. So left hand on the left hip, and we might as well get our right hand involved with this too, so a little bit of a full body position. So take your right leg straight out, lead with your heel, flex your toe to your nose. Now your right hand comes towards your right toes, pointing towards your toes, and your thumb is up. And now the leg comes out to the side and in. Out to the side as far as you wish to go. Stay on your chair and in. Out and in and down it comes. Beautiful. Let's take the other leg out. The left leg, right hand on the hip, left leg straight out, flex the toe to your nose, left fingertips towards your left toe, thumb up, and it's an out and in, out and in, out and in, and down it comes. Well done. Shake it out. Double wide-legged V, scissor kick. 3 times. Hands come to the side of your chair. We're going to lean back in your chair. And as we do so, we did this before now, just moments ago, we lift both legs up, right? Flex both toes to your nose. So it's out and cross your ankles in front of you. Out and cross it a different way. Out and cross. Out and cross. Out. Center. Down it comes. Well done. Shake it out. Yogi marching toes, spirit wave your hands. Really well. All right, so that's a favorite in class. It's called the wide-legged V, scissor kick. And the half-letter V's are just to get the body warmed up a little bit. We're going to set our intention here. So our theme today is self-care for me, for us. And I use the word me as all of us. Self-care for me. And there's different steps. I'll read them a little bit later. But now we're going to set our intention. So we're going to set the energy from our heart center, not thinking of ourselves, but thinking of others. And in that power of thinking of others, we're going to take that energy and good karma, positivity towards that experience of other people. So bring your hands to heart center, prayer namaste position. Drop your elbows by your side body. Open your hands like a book. And right there at the palms of your hands is your story, your storybook, your storyline, the novel of who you are, the identity, the authenticity of you. And so on those blank pages of the palms of your hands is a new chapter. And in that new chapter, we're going to start to think now of someone important in our lives, in the past, present, or future. Someone you may have not even yet met yet. And now think of some good energy, good positivity, good thoughts, of positive energy that will enrich that person and build that person up. So in that concept of thinking someone, we're going to set our intention by wrapping our fingertips around that person, and we're cocooning it right there in the palm of our hands with this little bit of space there. And now fingertips rise up above our chin, above our nose, above our forehead, above our head. And now we bring the backside of our hands to touch. So your thumbs come forward and we swan dive. Arms come out towards the letter T. Your heart center melts towards your knees. Your fingertips come to your knees, your shins, and gently forward fold. And so now we're on this deep forward fold. And we're looking down at our toes, and gently move your knees right to left, left to right, rocking back and forth. On the next breath cycle, coming back to neutral. Grounding down into the 4 corners of the feet, we rise up, reach up, inhaling upwards with possibilities, clapping above our head. And now, we're going to chant here, again, the 3 themes today. And the first chant is self-care. So here we go, chant again. Self-care. And now inhaling your hands up with that intention, sending that positive message to that person. Opening your hands out, palm, backside of the hands touch palms outward to the side. And now swan dive, lead with the heart. Heart center to your knees, fingertips to your knees, heart center to your knees, and then we do a forward fold. Slide your hands down as far as you wish to go, and rock your knees left and right, side to side, feeling the energy, feeling the power. And now come back to neutral. Pushing down into the 4 corners of the feet, we rise up once again with possibility and hope, inhaling up, clapping our hands above our head. Beautiful. The second chanting word is the word for. For. Inhaling your hands back up over your head, reaching, flipping the back side of the hands to touch swan dive arms. Come out towards the letter T. Lead with the heart towards your knees. Forward fold, hands to your knees, to your shins, your forward fold, all the way down perhaps to your toes. Hold your pose, keep breathing, looking down at your toes. And feel the energy in your lower back, moving your knees left and right, feeling the release of the fascia, the connective tissues there in your pelvis and in your lower back. And coming back to neutral, pushing down into the four corners of the feet. We rise up, reach up, inhaling up, clapping above our head. And the next chanting word, the third chanting word, is the word me. Me. Self-care for me. As you send that intention out to your consciousness of the person that you're thinking of, the group of people. Now take your right hand to the heart and the left hand swings out to the side, palm facing forward. Now all we're going to do is swing one hand to the heart and one hand to the heart, to the outside, as we say important words of what's called a call and response. So the first word in the call and response as we move our hands is send forth, send out, so repeat after me, listen, give voice, breathe, believe. One hand over the hand at the heart center. Pause and breathe and believe. Extend your hand straight out in front of you. There's your intention once again in the palm of your hand, elevating it upward, tucking your chin into your chest. And now 3 more important words of sending the intention out to the universe, the greater whole, your higher power. The first word is thankfulness, grace, blessings. Bring your hands to heart center, pause and believe and breathe. Invite that from your cell, every single cell of your body, the cellular level, to the greater cosmos the world has ever known. Your intention is out there. And release and shake it out. Yogi marching to it. It's beautiful. So there's a very important movement there in sending your energy out and sending it forth. All right. Picking apples. So you're imagining a basket of apples on this side and also a basket of apples on the other side. So on the right side and on your left side. So what we're going to do is take our right hand up towards the ceiling, left hand to the hip. So imagine as we reach up, we have an apple or a pear, and we're pulling and twisting, and down it comes into the basket. Let's do that again. Up we go. Pull, twist, and down it comes into the basket. Here we go again. Up, twist, pull, and down into the basket. And now let's try the other side. Let's take the left hand up, reach with the left hand up, right hand on the hip. We pull, twist, and down into the basket. You're picking up bushel, apples or pears, reaching, pulling, and down into the basket. And one more time. This is very quiet and meditative. So a lot of times, of course, in this series, pushing, pulling, and down. I'm talking, but as you move through these videos and see them time and time again, you can also just move in your own general area and energy. So now we have a full bushel, a basket of apples. So that is picking apples, the Tai Chi movement. Now, in the last Tai Chi movement experience, it's polishing the mirror. Thank you. That's why I have notes. Polishing the mirror. So we're going to imagine there are 2 circular cylinder mirrors on the side, on the right side of us here, and on the left side of us. And we're going to polish that so we can reflect back the energy that comes out from the greater whole to our energy sources, to to our consciousness, our heart center, Tanchen, these three major energy sources, so that they're filling our bodies. We're going to polish the mirror so that we can reflect, illuminate, and feel the elevation. So palms come forward here at about heart center. And all we're going to do is raise the hands slightly above towards our head and down in a circular fashion. And perhaps you can time your breath cycle as you inhale your hands up, circling, and down as you exhale. So it's inhaling up. We'll do this a few times, more than 3. Inhaling up and down and out to the side. Just feel the movement. I'll silence my voice for several series here. Just follow along. And on the next breath cycle, cycle your hands the opposite direction. Increase the webbing of your fingertips. You're really polishing that mirror. And on the last one, as we come to the bottom, we bring the left hand to the belly button and the right hand over. Holding that energy, polishing the mirror, illuminating, radiating, sparkling. And we release and shake it out. Beautiful, everybody, beautiful. So that was polishing the mirror. All right, let's come back to just closing our circuits with our hands. As our hands come out to cactus arms, and we do a thumb to pinky touch. These are mudras. This is a yoga position. And inhaling, flicking your fingertips open. Thumb and ring finger touch and flick open. Thumb and middle finger touch and flick open. Thumb and index finger touch and flick open. Let's do that again. Thumb to pinky and flick. Thumb and ring. Flick, thumb and middle, flick, thumb and index, flick. All fingers touch, and we're going to flick 3 times. Open, whoop, clench, or flick, your fingertips touch, and flick, whoop, and one more time. Whoop. All fingers touch, wrist rotations in one direction, nice and gentle, and wrist rotations in the opposite direction, beautiful. All fingers out to the side and walk like an emu, side to side. And then down by your side. Shimmy out your shoulders, loosening up. We did quite a lot of shoulder movement, arm work today in this series. And now cycle in the other direction, nice and gentle. Nice and easy. And now we're just going to work on our spine, a gentle spinal twist as we finish and conclude our practice. Our hands are down by our side, and very gently we're just going to take, we're going to just spin to the right. So our hands, our body follows our gaze as we spin from the core, as a rod from the spinal column, is a rod from the sits bones to the crown of our head, and we're going to gently turn to the right. Very easily, nice and easily. And on the next breath cycle, inhale back center. And your gaze is just kind of staying neutral, kind of following along with your heart center and your belly button as it turns to the left. And then back over to the right. And back over to the left. And on the next breath cycle, come back front and center. Bring your hands up onto your lap. Flip your palms up to receive the grace and blessings of life, the alignment. Stacking from the feet to our knees, from the knees to our hips, rising up to our shoulder points, belly button to spine, belly button zips up to your heart center, zip up your jacket. The shift of your ears over your shoulders, Doorbelling your nose in a little bit, ringing home, ringing true. The crown, the halo that we wear, elevating and ascending upwards. So we're grounded and rooted in our feet, and we're ascending. We're ascending and we're also rooted as we come back down to our feet. So in this position, we're anchored and secure in an open, ready, new beginning stance. Chair Tadasana, mountain pose, a new beginning, new opportunity of growth. So take a few moments. You're invited to close your eyes or keep your eyes open. And in this few moments, invite the opportunity to connect and feel and witness your breath work. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly, deliberately, with intention and purpose, we find meaning in the power of our breath cycle. Take a few moments here and now and just feel that connectivity, the sensation of being present. We're not human doers. We're not robots. We're human beings. We're being here. Be now, be present to yourself, to others. The past no longer exists. The future is 2 breaths away. The here and now of the breath is your cycle of here and now. Present. Be present. And breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. "12 steps to self-care for me." If it feels wrong, don't do it. Number 2, say exactly what you mean. Number 3, don't be a people pleaser. Number 4, trust your instincts, your intuition. Number 5, never speak bad about yourself. Number 6, never give up on your dreams. Number 7, don't be afraid to say no. Number 8, don't be afraid to say yes. Number 9, be kind to yourself. Number 10, let go of what you can't control. Number 11, stay away from drama and negativity. Number 12, love. Love is everlasting. Some thoughtful questions just to ponder today and through the rest of the day is, why is this message of self-care important in my life story of my past, my present, and my future me? How am I a witness in my own wellness of spirit, mind, and body with this message of self-care? Why is this message important in my life story? How am I a witness in my own spirit, mind, and body with this message of wellness? Awakening, feeling refreshed, feeling rejuvenated in spirit, mind, and body, welcoming new beginnings, new opportunities, new chances, growth. We begin to wiggle the fingers on our hands and the toes on our feet. With greater movement and ease, we drop our hands off our knees and inhaling our hands up and overhead, clapping above our head. The first chanting word, as we bring our thumb knuckles to heart center, the first chanting word in the series is self-care. Self-care. Inhaling your hands up and over your head, clapping above your head. The second chanting word is the word for. For. Inhaling your hands up and over your head, clapping above your head. Third time, announcing your arrival, your presence in the world. The third chanting word is the word me. Me. Self-care for me. I give permission to care for myself. I give permission to care for myself. And then I can care for others. And then I can care for others. The chanting bells are rung 3 times in the power of the spirit, mind, and body coming together to form one, your wellness and the wellness for all people. May there be peace upon the world, and it may start with me. Peace, peace, peace. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Pausing, believing, breathing, we bow forward to each other and say, Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Peace with you. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you, everyone. Great class, wonderful series. Please check out the other vids in this experience, and particularly that breathing technique experience. Also look over the disclaimer and the experience of understanding that yoga and Tai Chi are universal inclusivenesses of acceptance and diversity, and an experience of integration of wellness. As always, it's an honor and privilege. Thank you so much. Peace, everyone. Peace.